What's up with y'all, man? Lil Joey the Mimp. I'm coming to y'all. As I told y'all, man, I'm knocking down all these bulletin boards. I got a list of videos for y'all. I'm just gonna take my time and keep knocking them off for y'all. But where we at? Where we at? Street credit versus financial credit. Um, I'm actually reading a book by Scott Moss. I do not own rights to this book. This is a book that I'm reading by Scott Moss. Credit Secrets, 2 books in 1. Blast your credit score through the roof and repair bad credit by having everything you need to know explained in detail, including 609 letters templates. So that's what I'm reading right now. But anyways, the thing, like for me, being like the city that I'm from, in Charleston, street credit is very important, especially to the youth, man. Even to some of the older people, like street credit is very important, man. Like, coming up, you want to be seen as tough. You don't want to be seen as weak because we feel like we'll get ran over. Everybody is just like if you ever come to the city, man, it's a good city, but most of the youth is just corrupted, and I'm pretty sure it's like that in all the ghettos too. Like we got some beautiful places in Charleston, South Carolina, but man, like for the youth, they catching bodies like that just an honor. That's an honor. That's the thing to do. They just doing it down there, man. Some of them got good reason to do it. You know what I'm saying? Well, at least they think they got a good reason to do it. You know what I'm saying? At least they think they got a good reason to do it. But man, street credit versus financial credit, man. Street credit will only get you up for so far. Me coming up, I didn't have, like I say, and this is a cliche story. Didn't have my dad, which is a cliche. It's not right, but it's cliche. And the role models, I didn't really have certain role models, man. But that's no excuse. And you know, me, I felt so much pressure, man. Just to, even when I wasn't in the streets, man, I just felt so much pressure to be in the streets, man, because it's like everybody was just doing it. Even everybody around me, man. Everybody was either selling drugs or using drugs or robbing or getting robbed. You know what I'm saying? You either was selling, you either was a seller or a user. You either was robbing or you was getting robbed. One of the two. So where I'm from, you don't want to seem weak. If they see any weakness in you, man, it's over with. Hit, finish. But you know, as I got older, man, that it really got me nowhere. And most of the people, most of the OGs, the so-called OGs, I say that with quotation marks, because a lot of the so-called OGs, man, they was telling me to stay solid and telling me to stay real and telling me not to tell and telling me to hold my own, but a lot of them didn't hold their own. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta excuse the noise in the background. I'm not cutting this out. This is raw. But they was telling me like, yeah, don't tell and be solid and this and the third. But a lot of them, man, they taught me the game, and some of them did some of them were solid. But a lot of them, you know, the same street cred that they wanted me to have, and they had it. But when it was time to really put what they had learned in the streets to use, especially like when a lot of them got caught by the law, they started running their mouths, man. So a lot of people, man, a lot of the rappers, from the city, a lot of the dope boys from the city, they was preaching this street cred thing. But when it came down to it, man, them man, listen, man, you talking about heartbreak, man. They bit the cheese so fast. Man. You would think they was kin of what's his name? Master Splinter or something like that, man. For real, man. Mickey Mouse. You know what I'm talking about? Chucky. So as I grew older, I realized that the street credit, man, it wasn't what it was all cracked up to be, man. Is that credit can only get you so far in the hood, and it don't really even get you far in the hood because in the hood, if you got street cred, they coming to knock you off because everybody want to knock off the big man. You know what I mean? So when I got locked up, I started to educate myself, and I realized that I didn't have to spend my money on things. You know what I'm saying? I could actually learn how to build credit, learn about LLCs, and that's the credit that really matters, man. Financial literacy. You know, building financial credit, man, so I don't have to spend my own money. You see what I'm saying? And that's when I started. This isn't the first book that I read on financial literacy and building credit. I read books about Robert Kiyosaki, which Rich Dad Poor Dad, written by Robert Kiyosaki. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And then now I'm reading this, man, Credit Secrets by Scott Moss. This is the credit that really matters, man. This is the credit that really matters, man. The street cred, that's I mean, like I say, if somebody's trying to hurt you, defend yourself. That don't have nothing to do with you being no street dude or no street female. That just you can be from the suburbs, man. If somebody's trying to hurt you and you can't avoid it, man, you gotta defend yourself, man. But actually trying to build credit in the streets, man, that's only gonna get you but so far. And most of the time, it's only gonna get you in prison. Even if you are right for what you're doing, man. Even if you have a reason for doing what you do, man, it's still only gonna get you but for so far because somebody gonna tell them. So street credit. It matters to a certain extent, but it really doesn't matter at all because when you think, but especially like I got a 13-year-old son, man, and you know some of my flaws as a father is just like I would say my temper. Because when you build in certain credit, a certain street image inside the streets, a certain street credit inside the streets, it affects you mentally. Um, it causes you to just make costly mistakes that you wouldn't have made had you been thinking with a clear mind, man. So I started to surround myself with high quality people. I started to take classes online, like Zoom classes. I just started to look deep into being financially free. Most people, a lot, most people, a lot of men get locked up for either trying to get money to impress a female, or trying to get money to be seen by a female, or trying to get money just to look just to look fly, or trying to get money because they need money to pay their bills. But if I knew about financial literacy coming up, you know, I probably would be so locked into that I wouldn't even want to be in the streets, man. A lot of the youth, man, a lot of the youth, some of the youth that don't even really want to build street cred. They just bored with nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? They just bored with nothing to do, man. And actually, man, this is the credit that counts, man. Financial literacy, building your financial credit so you can get houses, you can get investment fundings, man. This is what really matters, man. I had a strong urge to give y'all these videos, man. Um, Yeah, man, the video actually cut off, man. But like I was saying before it went off, I had a strong urge to give y'all these videos, man. And I just want to challenge the youth to, even if you're not the youth, but mainly the youth, man. I just want to challenge y'all out there, man, to learn something about building credit, learn something about financial literacy. Read a book. Read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Um, if y'all want me to read some stuff out of this book, just let me know, man. I'll read it. Write down in the comment section below something that you learned about building your credit, man. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to talk about credit, let's talk about building credit, man. Let's talk about financial literacy, man. Let's talk about uplifting and being the change in your family, man. I'm not saying that life is about money, right? I'm not saying that. But if you can be financially free and you don't have to worry about money and worry about where how you gonna pay your bills, then you can live the life that you want to live. You see what I'm saying? You can live the life that you want to live, because before I got locked up, you could get a house. You could pay rent for like $500, $600. But now rent has doubled that, damn near tripled that. And the reason why they paying people more money on their jobs now is because they upping the prices on everything. So they really not paying you, so you really not making that much more money. Like that's why you think we got so many billionaires today. You see what I'm saying? They trick you with the money. They say, well, I'm gonna give you $1 billion, but $1 billion is really like a high millionaire because the inflation of money is so high, you're not really making no money. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you a billionaire, but money has inflated so much. Now, if you are a billionaire in the 90s, man, you was really a billionaire. But being a billionaire in 2023 is like if you have $1 billion, you technically have like a couple. You're technically a very high millionaire because the inflation of the dollar has gone so high, man. So I want to just challenge y'all, man, to focus on building y'all credit. Even if y'all don't have to read this book, even if y'all just watch a video, man, because some people just better at watching stuff. Some of y'all learn quick, man. Like I said, I'm not the sharpest knife in the box, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm a smart dumb genius, man. Just like I say, man, focus on making yourself financially free, man, so you don't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? You don't want to be one of them people who's stressed out and worrying about how you gonna get money and worrying about how you gonna pay your bills. You want to just be able to wake up and just do what you want to do, man. Do what you want to do. And I want to make a disclaimer, man. This has nothing to do with the video. Excuse me. I know some of y'all be like, well, if you got a mask over your face, why your tattoos be showing? Honestly, man, I keep the mask over my face because it's kind of like a look. I just go for the look. Once I'm released, I just show my real face, man. But I kind of just go for the look. Kind of just do it for respect. But it's really not to hide too much, actually, man. Because if y'all knew the half, man. But anyways, back to the video, man. Street cred versus financial credit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, I understand the pressures of the streets, man. I'm from a city where it's certain stuff, man. Just by looking at me, you might not be able to even tell certain things, man. But man, I'm from a place where violence is looked upon as a trophy. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're competing for who can get the most of these. You know, I gotta be careful with my words on YouTube, but they competing to see who can read the most bedtime stories. Like that's what I grew up around, man. And that kind of credit only gonna get you about so far. So I just want to challenge y'all, man. Write down in the comment section below and tell me something that you know about building trades, starting LLCs, becoming financially free. I don't care how old you is, man, but I like to speak to the youth, man. I was checking my analytics, and I'm trying to speak more to the youth, man, because that's who I really want to attract, because y'all are our future, man. But if you older and you can teach me something, man, write it down in the comment section below, man. But street cred versus financial cred, man. That's what I want to focus on, man, because you know, a lot of the marginalized groups and a lot of especially the minorities, man, we focus on the wrong credit, man, and that's only because of peer pressure, man. But you know, being in prison, away from my family, you know, away from my loved ones, man, I don't want to go back out there to that, man. So, like I said, man, I'm just focused on building up the right credit, being financially free, so I can just focus on just living my life and being the best son, being the best father, being the best uncle, being the best nephew that I can be, man. Because I done lost so many people while I was behind these walls, man. So I'm just trying to shift the focus, man. Yeah, man, like I say, I hope y'all got something out of this video. I pray that y'all can teach me something, man. I'm about to go ahead and edit this together, post it, and yeah, that's that, man. Let me go ahead and mark that off before I forget, man. Okay, yeah, boom. But yeah, man, like, comment, share, and subscribe, turn on post notifications, man. I love y'all. But most importantly, that's right. I want you to love yourselves, man. If you love yourself, like the video. If you don't love yourself, like the video. I'm out, man. Lil Joey the Mem signing out.